day, Boholanos and beyond. Welcome to Ground Zero, the Holy Namian Lens, where we uncover stories of resilience, hope, and lessons from the disasters that shook us. Today, we revisit one of the strongest earthquakes in the Philippine history, the 2013 Bohol earthquake. To give us a clearer picture of what happened, here's Aisha.
It was a 7.2 magnitude earthquake that forever changed the landscape of our island. With its epicenter in Sagbayan, it shook not only the ground but also our communities and way of life. But beyond the numbers, Duran tells us what this is meant for the people of Bohol.
From collapsed churches to families forced to rebuild, Bohol faced devastation. But through the Bayanihan spirit, people stood together. And with that, we will share how faith and culture help communities endure. And beyond survival, we saw faith, culture, and unity tested in ways we'll never forget. Tonight, we give voice to the stories that statistics alone cannot tell. Back to you, Yana, as we also look deeper into the science behind the quake.
We'll also break down the science and math behind this quake, how the Richter scale measures its power, and why even a single number carries unimaginable energy. Stay with us.
Let's begin with the basics. What is an earthquake? An earthquake is the shaking of the ground caused by sudden movements along faults beneath the Earth's surface. These movements release energy that travels as seismic waves, which is what we feel as shaking.
On October 15, 2013, at around 8:12 in the morning, Bohol was struck by a magnitude 7.2 earthquake. According to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, the epicenter was located in Sagbayan, Bohol. The earthquake was so strong that aftershocks continued for months, some of which were still felt years later.
The quake was one of the deadliest in recent Philippine history. According to the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or the NDRMC, it left 222 people dead, 976 injured, and more than 370,000 people displaced. Around 73,000 structures were damaged or destroyed, including homes, schools, and hospitals.
Literally, the loss was heartbreaking. According to UNESCO, centuries-old landmarks like Baclayan Church and Lobog Church were heavily damaged, changing our cultural landscape forever. But even in tragedy, Boholanos showed resilience. Some even shared funny stories like people running outside clutching rice cookers or karaoke microphones, reminding us that even in fear, humor survives. Now, to bring us closer to the heart of it all, we turn to Jerhan, who is reporting from Sagbayan, Bohol, the ground zero of the earthquake.
Thank you, Genevieve. I'm here in Sagbayan, Bohol, the ground zero of 2013 earthquake, where we're spoken to survivors whose lives were forever changed. I'm here with Marites Patumbakal, a mother who was 9 months pregnant during the quake. Marites, how did you handle that moment?
Ado tay mahadlok jud kaayo. Labi na kay 9 months old, 9 months ka pregnant, ado tay mahadlok jud kayo niya. Ano tay kay among balay galino kusog kaayo ang tuwan jud ang current sa earthquake niya. May gani ning sulod ang akong mga sindingan sa among balay niya rescue ko nila mo nang salamat jud kaayo.
That must have been terrifying, but it also shows how neighbors become lifelines. Next, here's Carlo Balong, a tricycle driver. Carlo, what stood out to you that day?
Kato nga adlaw kay mo dito ginahadlokan ako kay kaning gud na tricycle da kuan na siya guyog din hang jili bitaw nya kaning aligid kay abi ko mubuto na bitaw nya nakita ko sa kalsada kay diki na gid siya ayo kita mo mga siyante na labay mo to nga ako na lang ipasakay kay para safe sila muli.
Acts like that reminds us that Bayanihan doesn't wait for orders, it comes from the heart. Here we have a student back then during the earthquake. Beba, what's your advice for young people today?
Always join earthquake drills. When quake hit, I knew to drop, cover, and hold, and it saved me and my classmates.
Powerful stories. Some fighting, some inspiring, all reminders that resilience is built on community. And finally, I'm here with Ali Lani, market vendors who witnessed the quake right in the middle of their busy morning. What was it like?
Ang tayo na kayo na panic jud may kay gusto kayo ang ingog kanang namoblema mi sa amo ang kanang mga baligya and kanang nagkuan sad mi syempre amo na lang jud gisiguro amo kaugalingon kay gusto kayo ang linog niya wala na lang jud mi gahuna-huna sa amo ang mga kanang kuan kay paninda kay amo siguro amo kaugalingon nga maligtas nga walay kanang masamad kay amo jud kayo ang linog.
Okay? Even in the middle of fear and loss, the marketplace turned into a place of bayanihan. A reminder that community spirit in crisis.
Drop to hands and knees to avoid falling down. Protect yourself when you breathe. Seek protection under sturdy table. Drop to avoid falling down so you won't lose your balance or get knocked over. Stop and stay in the car. If it's unsafe, stay where you are. When the shaking ends, check for injuries, stay alert for aftershocks, and move to a safe open area if needed. Monitor for important safety information. Make noise without shouting. So start to prepare, plan, and practice.
So the earthquake that happened in Bohol in 2013, it had a magnitude of 7.2. So now we will try to calculate what the energy was back then of the earthquake. So here, this is our formula. And we will substitute 7.2 here because we already have a value for our magnitude. And now, we will multiply both sides by 3/2 so that this fraction right here next to the logarithmic equation will be cancelled out. So, this fraction right here, 2/3 will be cancelled out. And 7.2 will multiply to 3/2. So 7.2 times 3 divided by 2 is 10.8. So now as you can see here, this logarithmic equation can be expanded using the second law of logarithms. And since the operation we can see here is division, the operation that we will be using for expanding this logarithmic equation will be subtraction. So here, logarithm of e base 10 subtracted by logarithm of 10 raised to the power of 4.40 base 10. So now, since this logarithmic equation right here can be solved, the answer is 4.40. Now we will transport 4.40 to the other side. So 10.8 plus 4.40 equals logarithm of e base 10. So 10.8 plus 4.40 is 15.20. So since this logarithmic equation can now be transformed into an exponential equation, this is our final exponential equation. And 10 raised to the power of 15.20 is 1.58 times 10 raised to the power of 15 joules. So that was the energy of the earthquake before.
The 2013 Bohol earthquake left scars, but it also revealed the strength of unity.
From centuries-old churches to family homes, what fell can be rebuilt, but only if we prepare better. Keep an emergency kit. Know your evacuation route. And remember the golden rule. Drop, cover, and hold. From the ruins rose resilience, and from the shaking came lessons that still guide us today. This has been Ground Zero, the Holy Ninian Lens.
Kapit Vising Pilipinas, handa sa lindol.